I dream of travelling when I grow up. I'm 18, I moved to Melbourne for college, 2 hours away from my Egyptian parents who are always in my business. I am finally independent, but not for long. When I'm 22, my parents moved to Melbourne, struggling to be with empty nesting, and insist that me and my siblings move back into the home with them. I'm not impressed with the situation. I have 6 months left to finish my degree, and the only way to keep my independence from my loving yet suffocating family is to get the hell out of there. I do a gap year in Yokohama, Japan. In Yokohama, I am working, I am travelling the way that I had dreamt of. I meet Chris. He's an American from Kansas City. He's wonderful. He's so wonderful that it is difficult for me to leave when my time is up to go back to Melbourne to finish school. Chris and I are doing long distance. I'm 25, I'm living back at home with my folks. I miss Chris. I think about moving back to Japan all the time, but I can't. My mum has breast cancer. My grandmother in Egypt dies. What kind of child would I be if I was to leave at such a difficult moment? Chris is wonderful. He is so understanding. He moves to Melbourne. My mum is in remission. Chris and I marry. We have our son Tilo in 2004. Tilo is the first grandchild for both sides of the family. Tilo's arrival into the world is my arrival to home. It doesn't matter where we are, as long as the three of us are together, I am home. Tilo is a feisty, stubborn child with an obsession for trains and airplanes. We spend hours at the train station watching the trains go by. Sometimes we go on train safaris, not knowing our destination. Usually it's the beach. We love the ocean. When Chris and I go to the airport, we have to factor in an hour or two to avoid the tantrums so that Tilo can watch the planes land and take off. When Tilo is 8, Chris suggests we move to Kansas City. He has lived in Melbourne for 11 years. That is a long time to be away from family. I agree on the condition that it's for only 5 years. Kansas City opens up new doors and an exciting career for me in museums. I love it. I love Chris's family, the new friends that we're making. Tilo's love for airplanes continues. 5 years turn into 6 years. I am in the middle of the United States of America, landlocked. I miss the ocean. Chris and Tilo miss the ocean. Chris is working online, so when I see a position at a museum in Honolulu, I go for it. I uproot my family, my home, to be surrounded by a large body of water. In Honolulu, Tilo graduates from high school with his interest in planes intact. He takes a gap year, lives at home. He takes another gap year to contemplate his future. Chris and I are eager for him to figure it out, but we don't want to see him leave. We've lived in Honolulu for 5 years. Tilo is 19. It's June of 2024. He hears from a university 12,500 miles away that he has been accepted into, it's in Melbourne, to study aviation. We are about to become empty nesters. I'm on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, adrift. For so long, my home has been Chris and Tilo and all the places that we've lived, our family and our friends and our memories. What will home be without our son? Unlike my parents, we don't follow Tilo to Melbourne. We give him the gift of space. Instead, I take a job in Boston at my dream museum, and I take Chris with me. We don't feel like empty nesters. We're distracted by the move and getting Tilo situated in Melbourne to start college in March. June and July is Tilo's winter break. He comes and visits us in Boston. I'm excited to show him the museum where I'm working and the places that we enjoy in Boston. It's no surprise that Tilo is the one that takes us to Castle Island, where you have a really great view of the Logan Airport. For him, it's the perfect combination between the ocean and airplanes. We sit there for hours watching the planes land and take off while Tilo describes the technical features of every single airplane that is flying above us. This is our special time. The next day, we have to take Tilo to Logan Airport. Chris and I are dreading our goodbye. This is what empty nesting feels like. Empty. It hits me as we enter the airport. I can hear my parents' voices saying to me, "Christine, when are you moving back to Melbourne?" I understand them. This is karma. As we head to the TSA security entrance, I am weeping. Tilo is comforting me. In between the sobs, I let out my final nags. Tilo, don't forget to change the sheets. Tilo, brush your teeth. Tilo, call us when you get home. We say our final goodbyes and watch Tilo walk away. The tears continue. The TSA officer at the security entrance, she sees me. She consoles me. She sees my grief and the loss of my home. My home is split in two, with Tilo in Melbourne and me and Chris here in Boston. Chris jokes that Tilo now comes from a broken home and he broke it. We miss Tilo. I miss Tilo. Thank you.